So the Texas Rangers got together, like every team does, and they said, what do we do here? We can't score. The Texas Rangers have scored 2 or fewer runs in 9 of their last 13 games. They're 4-9 in those 13 games, which happens when he can't score. They've lost 5 to the Athletics and my Coach of the Year candidate, Mark Kotze. They can't score. 103 runs this season. Do you know who scored fewer runs than the Texas Rangers? I'll give you 3, 2, 1. The Rockies. That's it. The Texas Rangers are the lowest scoring team ever. So here's what you do. You take your big offseason acquisition who has options left. You send them to the minor leagues. And you say, Jake Berger, you know we love you, but we need you to go to AAA to, quote, reset. So I went back into the annals of my insane brain, and I said, with all the players that were sent down in my career, did we ever send them down and say, we need you to do a reset? I felt like it was like a factory reset. What kind of reset are we talking about? Because when we would send players down, when they were veteran players who had no expectation of being sent down but couldn't not allow a demotion. When you're in the game long enough, you don't have to allow yourself to be sent down. You can actually declare yourself a free agent, but I digress. But when you're sent down and you have options left, which means it's totally kosher that they're sending you down. But if you weren't expecting it, you walk into the office and the manager says, hey, listen, we're sending you down. We've got to get you going, and it's the perfect place to get going. It'll be quick. Don't ever say that in any scenario, but don't ever say to a player when you send them down, it'll be quick, because that player may be down for 60 days or 100 days. You may not have the circumstance where you ever bring them back. So that's rule number 1 on sending a player out. You don't say it was quick. 2, you don't say, I'm sorry. Nope. You do not say I'm sorry when you're sending a player down. You get right to it. Hey, Jake, we're going to send you down to AAA. We're going to ask you to get your bat hot, and we look forward. We got 2 guys down there working hard with you. Work with them. Start doing some better pitch recognition. Start getting some better contact, because obviously the 32 Ks isn't playing. The 3 walks isn't playing, and hitting below the Mendoza line isn't playing unless you were hitting 15 to 25 bombs, which you're not. Go down there, kick some ass, and we'll talk another time. That's it. When you tell a player you're going to reset the player, I'd like you to reset. I'd like you to start not swinging so much. I don't even know what that means. Maybe I would go to Jock Peterson if I were Chris Young, the GM of the Rangers, and I would say, hey, Jock, I think you need to reset. Jock Peterson signed a 2-year, $37 million contract before this season. Don't worry, he's doing fine. He's 8 for 74, hitting 108, and he does have 1 home run. Corey Seager hasn't played since April 22nd. Hamstring, that could be a month. The Rangers have a real problem. It's not that Chris Young isn't the GM who brought them to the World Series a couple years ago and then brought them the ring a couple years ago. It's not that. It's that trying to win again, believe me, I've been trying to tell you, it's really hard. You get players that you think are going to fit in because you've got the magic touch, because you had it once and therefore you'll never lose it. And guess what? There are many of us who never get it back. Ever. How stinky is that? Chris Young, you'd think, as a GM, would be able to put a starting rotation together. So he did. He put Malley, Evaldi, DeGrom. They've started 20 games, 11 of them quality. Their ERA is all below 2 3/4. Unfortunately, they've only won 6 games. David, wins don't matter. Yeah, the wins do matter, not the wins associated with the starters. I'm talking about the wins of the games. When you've got 11 quality starts and you have a 6-4 record, it's not a good sign. So the Rangers marketing department got together and they said, okay, We're coming off a recent World Series. We should have just been answering phone calls. It should all be incoming phone calls and incoming clicks. We don't need to do anything. Throw out a little Cuban Heritage night. We'll give away a bobblehead here or there. Get me a T-shirt. Get me a sweatshirt. And that's it. We're good. We don't need to think about camp days or summer schedules. This is just, we've been signing players. We have a high payroll. Everything's fine. The marketing department has a different thing in their head. They say to the Rangers baseball people and the president of the Rangers, listen, we need to move more tickets here, and the team is not doing the job. So we have an idea. Why don't we do a golden ticket promotion? Do they mean a golden ticket promotion, but they called it chicket? What it means is that fans get a ticket to a game. Let's say they buy a ticket to a game. They sit in a section. And if the Rangers win, those same fans get to use that golden ticket, and they get to come to the next night's game for free. And as long as the Rangers keep winning that one ticket you bought for that one game, you can ride it all the way home. If they win 20 in a row at home, you get 20 free games. You can amortize the price of the one ticket over 20 games. Let's say you paid $100 for a ticket. You get to go to 20 games. My God, you had a $5 ticket. Now, don't pay attention to StubHub, where you can get a $5 ticket any game of the week, but let's not mince words and let's not yuck on a yum. The Rangers announced this deal. I thought when I read it, and I took my president's hat off for just a second, I thought when I read it, it was the whole ballpark. And then I read it clearly and said, oh yeah, it's just PR. They announced that the Rangers, this program was only eligible for about 300 mezzanine level tickets at Globe Life Fields. As though that's going to make a huge difference.